today, but I still want to create what's the word? Like a challenge. And I think for us, a challenge would be getting this prompt as close to 1,000 words as we can. But being just one, I think outline first for like 15 minutes and then doing a 30-minute draft. I think that might get us somewhere. So I'm writing up the prompt, and I hope Chandra is able to do this prompt on her own time later, because it is right up her alley. So let's see. Don't worry, I'll say them out loud once I'm done typing. Just gotta get it on the computer first. I am getting ideas as I type on what will happen with this story. And apparently I misspelled things. Let me fix that real quick. By misspell, I mean mistype. There we go. Now I'm going to copy this so I can put that. Oh, that's the wrong way. This is what happens when I switch between a Windows and a Mac. I start pressing the wrong buttons. So, today's prompt. A good reason to be afraid of the dark. Words to include are killer whale, depraved. Just double checking to make sure things are the right thing. Janitor, bargain, dye, like hair dye, so DYE, fool, heap, kick, praise, and quilt. So I think I'm already getting an idea. Mostly the thing that is setting the scene is the killer whale, so I feel like this is going to be on a cruise. So we can work with that. Let me see here. Now I just gotta get my timer. So, as I said, we're gonna do an outline first. I am doing my weekly stream that I didn't do last week because it was the Author Tube writing conference.
Oh, okay.
I think this would be a very good timer. So it's going to be silent, but it's okay. I'm going to set it in theater mode. Oh, hi, Sako. Good morning. The notifications are running 5 minutes late. It's okay. So today is going to be just me, at least so far. Chandra is feeling under the weather, so she won't be attending, but I decided to do a challenge, and also I need to hang out with the family because work this past week has been very time consuming. So I plan to just do one prompt, but I still think there should be a challenge. So what we're going to do is, and I just got the timer, I'm going to share my screen, is take 15 minutes to outline this prompt and try to have the woven elements that we need for the story. And then we're going to take that outline and draft. Well, also, by the way, guys, I didn't even set this video, the stream up until about 20 minutes before it was supposed to start, or 15 minutes before it was supposed to start. So, could be that reason too. Either way, but so we're going to take 15 minutes to. There we go. We're going to take 15 minutes to outline. Let me throw that in one of my banners. Edit. All right. Show it. So, sprint number 1. Wow, I don't even like that. I want the, yeah, there we go. Much better. Make the timer bigger. Shoot, I'll even throw the timer up here. And I might as well just go full screen. There we go. So we're going to do 15 minutes. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I gotta edit this real quick. Not edit, but copy it. Save. Show again. I'm going to throw it in the chat so y'all can just copy and paste. If you, oh, again, the wrong thing. Copy and paste. Then now I'm jumping over to my Word document, copy and pasting the prompt and everything there so that we can get started. So this first challenge is to outline, and the goal in your outline is to pretty much have all the things written, because I think we might be able, if you have it set up, we might be able to write 1,000 words. We're pretty darn close to it in 30 minutes. So got the prompt in the chat so y'all can copy and paste there. And I got an idea where this is going to go. So it's going to be dark. Mad Power recognizes when a host is without her co-host. Yes. Mod Power. Nice. All right. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that. Mom Maggie, thank you, dear. It took me that long to catch up. Woo! Making all the noise. Okay. So let's go ahead. I got my Word document ready, I think. Yeah, I did. And let's go ahead and outline this puppy in 15 minutes. And then in 30 minutes, we'll write it. And I bet you it's, if you tried this, whether it's for this prompt or any story you're writing, that you're going to be able to write. And if you're doing this on the rewatch, more power to you. But I bet you that you're going to be able to write more words per minute by doing this quick outline beforehand, even though it's just a flash. So get your coffee, get your documents ready, whatever you need, and let's get started. Okay, dears. Finally got through it. All right, that outline actually worked out well, I think. Now I gotta get a 30-minute thing. But so I was toying with the idea because killer whales were mentioned. I was toying with the idea of like a cruise or something. Maybe someone went on an expedition cruise. It's probably because I've been watching a lot of videos about those right now. Um, but what's really funny is then I toyed with the idea by the time I got to the outline is was this ship going to go down, leaving all the passengers by themselves? But in which case, help would come. Because the way boats are built these days, they can at least do a mayday real quick before the ship goes down. But the other idea was having the person fall overboard. And that's the route I went because being completely alone is interesting. And now I gotta set some foreshadowing at the beginning of it because I don't really set that fear, but I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. I feel like there's enough elements here, so we're gonna figure out how that's gonna work. But now I need a 30-minute timer. Oh, my watch feels so loud sometimes, even though it's just vibrating. There's so many timers out there. Alright, I think we're gonna go Zara's 30-minute timer. I didn't realize she had a lot. Okay, my timer people, do me a favor. Set a buffer instead of going straight into the time. Just throwing that out there. Yes, get your breakfast here, Josiva. Hello, Leonie. I'm going to change my banners and call this sprint number 2. All right, this is gonna be a struggle because I think the most I've written was 600 words in like 20 something minutes. 25 minutes, I think, or 26. It was like 600 something words. So it's going to be interesting to see. But that was with no um, point. Oh my goodness, Maggie. With 2 world builds, a dystopia and a historical shifter. Exciting. Okay, I'm going to move my timer over to the next screen. We're going to go full screen. If I can figure out how to do that. Oh, there it is. And we are going to share this. There are several Western cultural tribes that depict orcas with human skulls or faces in their belly. So I went the route of how orcas will play with their food and sometimes not even eat it. They just like play beach volleyball with a seal and then just leave it there after it dies. Like they're kind of pretty heartless in the wild. Killer whale pods are also matriarchal matriarchal in social structure where males leave their pods to join their mate's pod. Oh, that is interesting. All right. I still would love to see more studies about seahorses because right now all I know about them is that the males carry the babies. And I would love to see that more often. All right. Are y'all ready for 30 minutes to try to get as close to 1K? That's the challenge. We're going to see if we can do this. I think we can, but we're going to get through it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Well, that was anticlimactic. It didn't click. There we go. It's always like one more thing that I got to do every time that I'm typing. So today's story, I still feel like, actually, the way I ended it kind of works. Um, I used all 10 words. I got 736 words. There was times where I felt like I was not typing as fast as I wanted to, but my mind was trying to polish it, and which I really should have just put it down. So, in light, hold on, let me stop screen. I'm still happy with it. I mean, we're talking 45 minutes to outline and then draft. And probably something I should have done is count my outline words. But maybe I'll just say for 30 minutes I wrote, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to document. Technically, I shouldn't change the rules because I used to count the total time anyway. I'm just correcting some spell checks right now. That no. All right, and I will go ahead and read this out, and I will share my screen because I know it's easier. Hi, Misha. Okay, let me share my screen. We're going to go with the window of the documents. Share. Oh, okay. We're doing good. I'll bring it right here. Okay. So it says 755, but it's including these words up here. So 736 story. We're going to see how far I get. Yeah. Did I? No, 735. My apologies. Can't read. Okay. How long do you think someone can tread water? The temperature of water plays a factor. Health of the person in the water, but assuming the person is healthy, not inebriated, without a flotation device, that probably wouldn't last long. They probably wouldn't last long. See, this is where I see those typos. Those are the things I think about. I can't help my mind wanders. It's only 2 a.m. as I sit on my balcony suite. As I sit on my balcony suite on the ship, finally seeing night again after 7 days. I got a bargain for this article. Arctic.
Are you talking?
I am reading my story.
You're talking.
Yeah, I'm reading my story. Arctic. Yeah, good enough. Arctic Circle Cruise. Okay. Sorry. There we go. I got a bargain for this Arctic Circle Cruise. I didn't realize the sun shined all day. Blackout curtains have made. Please stop. Blackout curtains have made a believer out of me. We've been depraved of land for 6 days. There is plenty of ice in the circle, but due to breaking off, littering the ocean with chunks of ice, we couldn't even take the Zambonis. I don't think that's the right name for them, but it's those little like not hard rubber, but the black rubber like boats or something. Either way, the Zambonis to the shore safely. Not to mention, ice and snow is not always the sturdiest items to stand on when they risk falling into the ocean. The views were still gorgeous. We saw a heap of ice, of course. I didn't expect to see rusted iron to be seeping down the ice like red dye into the ocean. We also got to see wildlife, polar bears from the safety of the deck, killer whales, I learned. It's the wrong whales. I learned are not the adorable creatures just trying to find their way home with the help of a troubled teenage boy. The killer whale should be called sadistic whales. I saw them encounter a pod of seals. That would have been fine. I understand the circle of life, but no, that is not what this tuxedo, what these tuxedo bullies did. They were able to isolate the seal, then proceeded to bounce and kick their tails. Buddy, chill. Shh. Yes, shh. Okay. Oh, where was I? Bounce and kick their tails like the seal was a beach ball. I cringed, but thought maybe they're toddlers who like to play with their food first. No. When the seal died, they left it and swam away. No janitor could have cleaned the blood out of the ocean, a stain on maternal nature. Here, I thought the creatures that lie in the deep bottom of the ocean with all those teeth were scary. The ones that avoid sunlight. Scary as something that would be done in broad daylight without a care. It may be night, meaning we're further south, but it was still cold enough for me. It may now, to show a shift, it may now be, it may now be night. I'll take out the quotes. All right, so I added a word, so now we're at 7:36. May now be night, meaning we're further south, but it still was cold enough for me to have my quilt draped around my shoulders as I sipped my hot herbal tea. Tomorrow we'll reach the port, and my feet will be on land once again. Everyone praising the captain for a great cruise, and the crew giving us praise for being willing to take this adventure cruise. This adventure expedition. There we go. For now, I just look out, my elbows on the railing. There's a light bubble around us, protecting us from the pitch black ocean and sky. I couldn't even tell where the two met on the horizon. I'm sure there was a horizon, but it seems like a name for the sunrise, not a new moon night. I remember the thought of the creatures that come to the surface from the safety of the deep ocean. Taking a sip of tea, I still shivered. The uninsulated small glass had condensation on it. I should have grabbed an insulated cup, but being wrapped in plastic made it too much of a feat for myself at 2 a.m. The choice only a fool would make. The slight condensation slid between my fingers. On reflex, I leaned over the balcony, trying to grab the glass before it polluted the ocean. Odd to think about since glass comes from heated sand, but the bottom of the ocean isn't heated. Upon reaching for the glass that I didn't even pay for, my weight was forward enough to allow gravity to pull me down. As cool as the air felt, the water felt colder. When my head broke the surface of the water, I churned around. The bubbles of protected light moved past me. The bubble of protected light moved past me. I screamed, but even the engines drowned out my scream in my own ears. I broke through the membrane and was left in the dark. Stars so faint they could only guide a canoe. No moon to be seen. No cruise ship in sight. I treaded water, wishing I had the engines again. At least they scare off any wildlife. I remember the deep creatures of the ocean and that rise when it's dark. So that's kind of where it ended. I actually had more thought to put in there, but it works. And there's lines that I like there, but I think it's okay as it is. And there's actually more areas that I want to build on, such as when the person lands in the water and them swimming to the ocean, maybe they follow the bubbles because they're a little disoriented. But I think once I stretch that out, this could be a 1,000-word flash. We'll see if it gets there. But I think that will be the end for our stream. I'm so glad that you were able to make it, and I hope that anybody
is able to accomplish what they want to accomplish, whether it's going to the gym, getting their coffee, or as my husband's standing right there in the kitchen, going to golf. I will be playing games with my son later today and possibly even editing week 3 of these flash prompts for Flash Camp Flash, whatever. Not Flash Camp, that sounds horrible. Camp Flash prompts. And that was not post open. And I wish y'all a beautiful day to able to accomplish whatever you need to do. And there's also tomorrow. If this is your weekend, if it's part of your work week, maybe your weekend will come soon. Thank you for joining me, and I hope it was very helpful to outline and then write the story. Bye, dears.